Hello everyone, I'm Alex Dykes, and today we're taking a look at Chrysler's Uconnect 8.4 system. This is also known as Uconnect 2. This has been completely revised for 2014 and 2013 model years of certain Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram products. It's identifiable from the previous version, 8.3, by having this Chrysler Uconnect apps button. Also, in most 2013 and 2014 products that you'll find Uconnect 2 or Uconnect 8.4, you'll also find some form of large LCD instrument cluster replacing either the speedometer or portions of the gauges in the instrument cluster. Right now we're inside a 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at the Grand Cherokee's LCD instrument cluster first. Strictly speaking, this large LCD instrument cluster is not part of the infotainment system, but because it does interact with it, we're going to go over it first. Now, it's controlled by this button module on the left side of the steering wheel. Over here we have our voice command buttons, our phone button, and this four-way joystick controls that LCD screen. So you can go up and down, and you can go across. This LCD instrument cluster has been spreading its way through Chrysler's lineup. It started in the all-new Dodge Dart Rally Edition, which is not a terribly expensive vehicle, and now we're finding it right here in the Jeep Grand Cherokee. It's a large 7-inch display, and it's user configurable, which differentiates itself from the Jaguar and Land Rover products, which don't have as much customization. Right now, we're in the speedometer screen, and you can choose between a dial and the digital layout. If we go down one, you can change to your kilometers an hour. You can also get various vehicle display information displays. And right now we're seeing this with a large digital readout there. But if we went back up to the speed and we switched to the dial view, and then we scrolled back down through these displays, you'd see that those same information readouts are now in the center of that instrument cluster, that sort of digital speedometer gauge with that little needle there. Now we have all manner of various information displays on the system, from battery voltage to transmission temperature, etc. Since we're in a Grand Cherokee Overland Summit, we also have Select Train as well as the adaptive air suspension, so you can get information readouts on drivetrain, wheel articulation, etc. You can see the status of your various safety systems. All we pretty much have in this car is adaptive cruise control with forward collision warnings. That's all we're seeing there. Here we have our fuel economy screen. As you can see, we've been averaging 17.3 miles per gallon in the Grand Cherokee Summit. The important thing with that number is that we have been doing a great deal of off-roading. We have been doing a lot of idling for our photo shoot, etc. And so before we started doing that, for the first 600 miles or so, we were averaging about 20 miles per gallon, and it has dropped quite a bit. We have our various trip computer indicators here. If we scroll down to our media tab, you can see that we are on iPod right now. The only unfortunate thing with this is that you notice it's not displaying any album art or any track information. If we switch over to Sirius XM, we do get a little bit more information in that display. If we move down one more, we have messages. This is where the vehicle will tell you, there's tire low or something's wrong. That's where that would be stored. We go to our screen setup, and in here you can choose what you want displayed in various quadrants of the system. So right now in the upper left, we have our trip A. You can choose trip A, trip B, compass, outside temperature, etc. You can have all manner of various displayed items there. You can choose the same for the upper right. You can have the current gear displayed, and that's over here right next to drive. There'd be a small number. You can choose gear display, whether you want this to be a standard PRNDL or just a single character, for instance. Right there now it's just showing P for park. It allows you a decent range of customization compared to, again, that Jaguar and Land Rover system. Coming back to the center console, you'll notice that we don't have a slot for a CD player anywhere in the center console. And that's because a CD player is a $195 option in the Grand Cherokee for 2014, and they place that CD player in the center console under the armrest. Now you need to know that that CD player is not compatible with the Blu-ray rear seat entertainment system, so you have to choose either one or the other. Instead, as with most cars, we're focusing on digital entertainment, and that's honestly fine by me because I haven't used a CD player in a car in a particularly long time because my tunes are always with me right here on my phone, and we can plug our phone into our car, of course. If you're easily bored or you just don't care about infotainment, then go ahead and follow those instructions at the bottom of your screen to move on over to the drive section of the review, and we'll pick you up there. Now on this screen we have our radio interface, and that's AM, FM, Sirius XM satellite as well. And these are preset buttons up top. We can press this button and get another 6 presets. We have individual presets for AM, FM, and Sirius satellite radio. We can also browse and we can direct tune in the system, which is very handy. Over on the Media tab, you'll find our iPod, our SD card, auxiliary, and Bluetooth interface. I have an iPod connected right now to the system. It's my iPhone 5. And you can see that we get album art, we get current album information. We also have full access via this interface here to our iPod's artists, playlists, songs, albums, etc. We also have full voice commands in this generation of Uconnect, so you can hit the little voice button on the steering wheel and command the car to play everything from, artist Madonna or artist Aaron Tippin, something like that. The system does work very well. It's just about as good as Ford's